we were at WonderCon, and I want to talk about it. I want to get your impressions before I show you some of the photos and whatnot. We hung out on Friday, and this was the funniest thing. I owed Alan a Dune popcorn bucket. I owed it, and I brought it. So Alan was carrying around the bucket as we were like in the Hilton bar, which was hilarious.
We displayed it. We let people take pictures with it.
It was definitely not a chick magnet, I'll say that. But it got attention, and it was the subject of a lot of, hey, can I take a picture with it? It was pretty funny. But what are your overall takeaways from WonderCon 2024?
Yeah, I mean, I only went Friday, and I got there kind of late. But it was what I liked about it was there was plenty of room to walk around. No one was shoving me. No, it wasn't crowded, so I could go from booth to booth. And the great thing is they opened another section of the convention hall, which they don't normally open. So instead of 3 sections, there are 4 sections. And like I said, got there Friday, got there late, and I was able to walk through the entire thing. So it was amazing. That never happens at conventions for me.
Well, a couple of things and a tweet that I just put out. I want to show you because it includes pictures. And I'll just read this. It says, this year's WonderCon was sadly empty on a Saturday. I went back on Saturday, hung out with my buddy Aaron Sparrow, ran into a ton of other people I knew, Max von Priestley, a whole bunch of other people, and just sort of hung out in the Hilton bar. And I walked around. Like, I think I was there from like 3 until the convention hall closed at like 7. And it says, this year's WonderCon was sadly empty on a Saturday. In all my years of attending cons, I've never seen a convention of this size this empty. Possible reasons: holiday weekend, rain, bad economy, I think might be the biggest reason, frankly, and lack of major brands at the booth. Star Wars,
that's another reason.
No Marvel, no DC, no Funko, no major companies were there with displays. And they'll be like, here's Star Wars, or here's this, nothing. And
IDW was there, and they had a very small booth, like a 2 booth setup.
Yeah, I'm going to show you the pictures, but part of my conclusion is that normies have kind of checked out of nerd culture. Here's some of the photos.
You're saying this is Saturday, because this looks like Friday.
Saturday, dude.
This looks like Friday.
It was just as bad as Friday. We're like sitting there, Alan and I are walking around, and we're seeing everything. We're like, oh, it's pretty empty, but whatever. It'll be packed on Saturday. I kept saying that it's going to be packed on Saturday. This was Saturday at like 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon. You never see that much cement. It's usually you're kind of fighting to get through, aisles and whatnot. I mean, this is what it was. And I couldn't believe it. I'm like, not like, it just felt weird. I've just never seen. Now, it's not like there weren't like parts of it that were like, oh, there's a little clog on this aisle, but for 90+% of the con, empty. I'll go to my other here. There's other ones I put out.
By the way, did you go to any panels?
I didn't go to any panels, but I was told by Jason Delgado that the panels were packed. Here's just some other, just to give you a little color. I love that Grandpa Gaming actually basically did a logo of me. I have it. I'll show you what I got. WonderCon wasn't a bust for me necessarily. I actually thought it was really fun to actually go and see a lot of you can actually see comic stuff, So I ended up getting that Godzilla -1. I'll show it to you. The Godzilla -1. It was the only figure in the entire convention hall. So I got it. And then I got this gaming thing. It was for me. I still had fun just because it's not filled with the chaos, right? The people, and the cosplay.
Oh, hey now.
Was pretty good. I gotta say, the cosplay that was there was pretty awesome. Love this. We saw them as we were walking out. That was really fantastic. So there was some other cosplay that was pretty good too. So look at this. You got the X-Men, you got old school Batman animated series, Dr. Freeze, Mr. Freeze, Avatar. Look at that. The ghosts.
Oh, hey.
They're kind of like every year. And then, you know what? Sexy cosplay is back, folks. Check this out. The woman who was Gamora was like spitting image. She was fantastic. So there you go. And someone with a Dune popcorn bucket. that was very popular. So, anyways, what are more of your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm just to me the fact that no brand was there, told me everything. Like I said, IDW was the only recognizable brand comic book company. They basically had a basic setup covering 2 booths, and that was it. It was mostly artists, comic book shops, and various creators. But and then when I looked at the programming, I mean, I'm glad they're leaning hard into diversity.
I mean, you know what? I actually have no problem with any of the diversity panels. I think it's good.
Yeah, but when they're all diversity panels of some sort, that's
weren't
when...
all, but I did get invited to submit for a film threat panel at San Diego Comic-Con. They did invite me.
Okay.
I hope if I just get one panel, and maybe if we can get press badges for San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah.
I mean, it's too expensive. For WonderCon, I didn't get a room. I just drove down.
Mm-hmm.
I paid $50 for parking one day because I'm maybe not the brightest bulb in the bunch.
Yeah, but I paid $10 for mine. So.
Yes, let's not get into it. One of us is smart, and one of us paid $50 for parking. But I'll show you my what I got. I got the coolest thing. At some point, Alan, you and I are going to game. Mm-hmm. I picked this up. It's called the Pi Station, and it's like sort of a mini old school, like first gen PlayStation, but it has every game. It says 16,000 total games on a 2 terabyte drive. And it's, I love it. HDMI out. And it actually has one of my first game systems I bought was the Odyssey 2. And it has all the Odyssey 2 games, including a game that I loved as a kid called Cosmic Conflict, because it had TIE fighters in it. And then, of course, I got this. Alan, you were there. You're the one that convinced me to get it. It's the Godzilla -1, and it's the same one that the director was carrying around at the Oscars. So I did.
And yet to be unboxed, apparently.
I haven't unboxed it yet. I got to find a space for it. But I'm super happy that I was able to pick it up. So there you go. Bottom line is, I think that this is a reflection of the culture in the sense that as you see the diminishing box office for superhero films, it is reflected in interest in nerd stuff by normies. That's why I think it was down. Look at the box office for all those movies. Look at the attendance at WonderCon. You can blame the holiday weekend, and I actually think that was a factor. Holiday weekend, rain, economy, huge,
right?
Huge
but the rain had nothing to do with the fact that the big studios weren't there, or that the big brands weren't there.
Right.
You know, I mean, to me, that was kind of the highlight, walking through their booths, even at WonderCon. I do remember maybe 5 years ago that it was only DC now showing up to WonderCon, and then even they pulled out.
Yeah, it's really disconcerting. You know, I'm sad to see it because I ran into some friends of mine that have booths and they have small businesses, and I don't think anybody was doing well. The people that were doing well, frankly, were the comic people that they invited. Apparently, from what I heard, I spoke to some people. They were giving booths away for free to small comic retailers at the last minute. There was one hall that was almost 90% only comics. I loved it. You could actually talk to people about comics. It was fantastic. So, look, I love conventions. Maybe actually whittling it down to hardcore fans is the better way to go. So,
did the rain affect the cosplay out in the plaza?
Yes, because so there's this right outside WonderCon. There's this plaza with a fountain, and they always do like, we're doing the Star Wars meetup, and then it's the Marvel meetup, and then it's the DC meetup, and you meet up. If you have a costume that's in a certain, brand or whatever, they'll just all do the photography at once. And that wasn't happening because of the rain. It wasn't happening. I mean, it is what it is.
You know what wasn't crowded in Orange County on Sunday?
What?
It was our new Bass Pro Shop. down in
What?
Yeah, we drove by. We knew it was opening soon. The Bass Pro Shop has opened up, and I took my daughter and her boyfriend there, and we spent a good hour and a half at the Bass Pro Shop.
Well, that's on topic.
And it was crowded. It was crowded. And like WonderCon, it was diverse too.
Should I change the banner to Bass Pro Shop?
Yeah, we should. Let's do
Trip.
that. We're focusing now on hunting and camping on Film Thread.